I'm Nat, and this is James. For over 2 years, we've been sailing the world aboard our floating home, Zephyr. Someone once said that every person can transform the world to one of excitement and adventure. Follow our adventure by clicking the subscribe button and make sure to hit the bell so you don't miss an episode. Become a patron by clicking the Patron logo. You will get early access to weekly videos, exclusive content, and much more.
My baby, I don't cover that I die for you.
We are off to Curaçao today! Finally! My brother's arriving in a couple days, so we need to get there 450 miles, so the longest one we've done in a while. So should all be downwind though, so we're kind of looking forward to it.
So as Nat said, we were supposed to leave the day after my birthday, and on my birthday I had an unfortunate and stupid accident. I fell out of the tender on my own, and the kill cord wasn't on my hand, and the dinghy started spinning around with the motor going, and my leg got cut up by the propeller from the tender motor. So I was very, very lucky. It just missed my head. 2 very deep gashes to the bone on the shin, and 2 shallow ones, and then 1 on the foot. I think I was very, very lucky because it was over the bone. Had I been in like a meatier part of the leg, maybe it could have been worse. But yeah, so a very, very scary experience, especially for Nat as it happened in front of her. But yeah, we'll talk about it more later. It's a bit of a wake-up call. Maybe it's getting a bit complacent on using the tender. So.
And what are we up to now? So this is day 1?
This is day 1. We've been sailing for about 6 hours. We are heading to Curaçao. We got 437 miles, and it should take us 3 days. Kind of bouncing around between 5.2 to 7.5 knots. The wind is a little bit lighter than it was forecasted, but it's super comfortable. Following seas, half a meter swell. Just had a nice coffee.
Yeah.
I don't think it gets any more relaxed than this, and we should have this same weather all the way to Curaçao.
Awesome.
And, yeah.
Day 2 today, guys, and I'm feeling pretty tired. I think James is too. It's been a really nice sail, but we haven't had enough time to get into the routine of the watches. We also have no food at all, and we haven't been lucky enough to get a fish. So I am reading an Italian book actually, by Elena Ferrante, and it's just about her childhood in Italy, near Naples, just on the outskirts of Naples, and her really good friend. And yeah, I don't know where it's gonna go. Apparently there's 2 more books after this. The other Nat gave it to me, so yeah, it's really good though. I'm really enjoying it.
Well, day 3, guys. Home stretch. It's been a really pleasant sail. Downwind, wind's kind of been 10 to 15 apparent for the whole time. About meter seas, really chill, and we've been hooning. I think our top speed was 9 knots, and we've been averaging over 6 knots, and hardly been doing anything. And that's about it. There's not much to report. It's a really, really relaxing, chill passage. No fish. We are all out of meals. We have a half a liter of milk left, and I think a half a bowl of curry that I didn't finish, and eggs. The eggs will get us through to the end. We should arrive tomorrow morning about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, depending on how the wind goes. We're supposed to have more wind than what we got on this trip. It was supposed to be sort of 15 to 19 true most of the time, and it's been 9 or 10 to 14, 15 true most of the time, so it's definitely been not as windy as we were expecting. It's meant we've been a little bit slower than we were expected. That's about it. We'll come back to you if anything exciting happens, but so far, chill as. What are you doing, honey?
Well, we have no food. Like, I know that we've said before we've had no food, but this is literally no food, isn't it? Like, this is the worst we've ever been in terms of food on the boat. We don't have flour, we don't have the basics. There's nothing to munch on. So I've resorted to, I thought I saw a fish behind the lure. So now I'm just like giving it a few tugs, pulls, to see if the fish becomes a bit more interested in the lure.
Let's hope. How long till we arrive?
I just want a fish. We still have about 22 hours.
Can I ask you, sir, please, what was your last port of call, please?
Last port of call was, where were we?
St. Vincent.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Union Island.
Roger, St. Vincent, Grenadines, Union Islands. Thank you, sir. Where's your next port of call, please?
We are heading into Spanish waters in Anchorage Sea. Over.
Roger that, Spanish water. Thank you, sir. Can I ask, when was your last PCR test, please, sir?
Approximately 2 to 3 weeks ago. Over. Excellent. Thank you very much for that.
It's a pleasure, sir. I wish you a safe onward journey, and many thanks. Trouble me back, channel 16.
Standing by 16. Well, that was an interesting scenario. We were having our bucket showers off the back. We're about 3 hours from arriving at Curaçao, so trying to get all spruced up for our entry. And Nat tells me, hey, there's a helicopter flying past us. And I went, oh, interesting. And we were both stark naked having our bucket showers. And this helicopter came and it hovered a couple of 100 feet straight off of me. And got a full
door open, everything.
Yeah, full show. They saw everything, and yeah, I had to quickly run inside and jump on the radio. They're just asking some questions, obviously doing some checks before we arrive into Curaçao, and they got a glimpse of poor old Natalie here as well. So.
Oh dear.
He's a funny guy though. He's this British guy. And I apologized for
catching us
mid-shower, and he was quite polite, very British, I must say. So, but
I'm sure they all had a good laugh out there.
They did. So that's been our morning. They've advised us when we enter the canal into Spanish water, we actually have to go into a holding position in Cabrita, so I think I found where it is. Not to drop anchor, just to hold. So that'll be interesting to see what that's all about, because as far as we're aware, we do not require PCR. We filled in all the correct paperwork, and we just have to do, at the worst, I think, an antigen test on day 3. So
yeah.
All right, 3 hours and we'll be there.
Yay! We arrived! And look at this little channel. We're coming through.
Our 450 nautical mile trip to Curaçao had taken exactly 3 days. Upon arrival, we proceeded to anchor in a quarantine zone and wait for the Coast Guard to arrive. Well guys, there it is. Negative results for Curaçao. I gotta admit, we weren't happy that we had to do this because we were told by the actual government websites that we didn't have to do a PCR test because we were coming from a low-risk country. But we got it back in less than 24 hours of results, so pretty phenomenal. We are going to land. Here we go. All right. Pain. Laundry. More laundry. More laundry.
Holy. So we have literally had no food for this entire crossing.
Correct.
And no food for the 2-day quarantine we had to do.
No. And now it's food.
Oh my god.
It's hamburgers, beer, nacho chips, all the worst foods ever.
All in one night.
All in one night.
We're up to pick my brother Brandon up. He's arriving into Curaçao today. Been getting ready for him to arrive, and yeah, super excited, hey. So let's get going.
Welcome to the boat, buddy.
Yeah. Very good.
All right, Team Frary is off for a snorkel. Where are we going snorkeling on?
We are at Tugboat Beach, where there's a tugboat, an old tugboat on the bottom here. So apparently it's got a ton of coral reef going on it. I don't know the history of it. I don't know how long it went down, why it went down, but it's here.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah.
You ready? Yeah. All right. Alright guys, a very famous moment is about to take place. For the first time in 10 years, I am going to cut Nat's hair. So, let's see how we go. Alright, we got the hair combed and we put some stuff in it and we can see we've got it nice and straight. And now, I'm just going to cut a straight line, so we'll see how we go.
Bye-bye.
Does it feel short?
Huh?
Does it feel short?
Yeah. Hopefully now I can comb it and look after it a bit more. It's hard with the salt water though, isn't it? What are we up to?
Today should be a fun day. We have rented a car and we are going to actually explore the downtown area of Williamstad, so it should be fun. If anybody ever asks you where the best beaches in Curaçao are, they are all on the northern tip of the island. Guys are pretty happy. We found a beautiful beach finally. So these are the hydrofoils that came, so they will attach to the cavitation plates like that. So we figured, why pay for paddleboarding when you could just have your own?
Oh my god!
The whole kit, there's even a little bag inside.
But I've got my dancing frock on just in case, and we'll see where we go. If you are new to our channel, consider subscribing so you can join the adventure each week aboard Zephyr.
If you would like early access to weekly videos, bonus content, and free merch, click the Patron logo here. This journey is only made possible thanks to our amazing patrons.